Good start to the second half for the Giants. They go into Colorado and take one.
I was like, what are you sipping on?
You know how you know when a team is bad?
The record?
When their fans say after a loss, well, we didn't lose any ground.
Yeah, they ain't gaining either.
Trading deadline on July 30th, 8 days away. They're 48 and 52. Oh, but they're right there.
2-3 to the Rockies.
Yeah.
Couldn't score more than three runs 3 consecutive days.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand where the offense is. Why is it not materialized? We talk about the staff, the pitching, and Birdsong was in his bag, with the strikeouts yesterday. But good God, man, this offense is just putrid.
So what do you do, Goo?
Well, I'm about to pay you your bet on the Soler. He ain't hitting 30.
He hit Homer yesterday.
Yeah. Would that put him at 8?
11.
Yeah, but I need 30.
He needs 19 in 100 games.
Boy. So, I don't know. They got to get hot. We're almost, they'll go to the warm warm cities, and that offense will come around. But that just was not what I thought. And every time I see Webb penciled in to start, like Saturday, Steiny, I'm at Chaplin's, Santana Row watching the game, and I'm like, Webb, and it's not his fault. Webb, they're going to win this game. And the offense gave them nothing.
Yeah, they're not even 500 when Webb starts.
Yeah, dude, and they're under 4. They're 4 under now. The Pirates, who are they about? Just a bunch of teams that they're chasing. Arizona, San Diego, the Pirates, the Mets, the Cardinals. But yet. Go ahead, tell me. I'll put it in the cap. This is why I love myself. The math is still there. Mm-hmm. Applies for the 2024 Giants.
Yeah. They're in 10th place right now.
I got you, but 3 back of the last spot.
And we did this with the Warriors.
Yep, we did.
And how'd that work out?
It has no bearing on how this is going to work out.
You're right,
but
because this team's not as good as the Warriors.
About all I got for the Giants, partner, is the math is still there. But good Lord.
Oh, yeah. No,
Snell tonight in L.A.
Way,
Snell.
Yeah. By the way, how about
2 good starts in a row?
I don't know if you can feel it, Goo, but I certainly can. I came into the city this morning, and it was electric. The city was electric. Giants fans talking about that third wild card. Let me tell you something. It has invigorated this fan base with passion and optimism like I've never seen before. I mean, this third wild card has everybody buzzing. And I'll tell you what, I know there are 4 games under 500, but boy, Giants fans can't be feeling much better. They're still in this thing, and there's 3 spots up for grabs. I mean, it's been electric. Orange and black all day long.
I'm going to give you a standing O for that, but I'll tell you what.
Because never.
They're just boring.
Well,
that's a fact.
But
even if they get to the third wild card. Yeah.
They're only 3 out.
And imagine if you didn't have the third wild card and they were 9 out. The season, basically, from a baseball fan perspective, it would be like, man, I really got to watch them. I love the game. But now, at least they're still 3 out. And if they get their act together.
If they were 8 out, there would be no less enthusiasm for this team than there is right now at 3 games out.
Well, I would say to you, partner, that's a baseball problem more than
yeah. It is.
But at least, Steiny, like we're going to watch tonight, the game has meaning.
Well, you might.
No,
and you can.
It's the Dodgers and Snell. Come on now, Ohtani.
Oh.
Boy, I wish the Giants had an Ohtani.
There we go again.
What? I can give credit where.
Stop living in the past. They didn't get him. You don't get guys like Ohtani.
Well, maybe this offseason they'll get somebody.
Who?
You
don't believe that.
Shout out Temple
Owls. That's the Giants' problem, is you don't believe that. And rightfully so. You're very pragmatic.
What's their biggest problem to you, really, though? When you hear honestly, Steiny, and even when you catch it in it, what do you think their biggest issue is?
Mediocrity, top to bottom.
But they tried to go spin.
Oh, yeah, they tried.
I got to give Farhan that. It's obviously not working. But, man, I guess what do you do now? Obviously,
there's nothing to do.
And Melvin getting tossed yesterday I don't know why I thought that was whack. I'm like, I can't tell you ain't mad. I know you're mad at how your team's performing. But I'm not one of those dudes, Steiny, that I tell my kid, if you're upset, let it out. Don't let it fester. But he gets ran.
Who's upset?
But Melvin was about what happened the Saturday night. But you're telling me to move on. He's got to move on. But he got tossed, and then after the game, I'm on Twitter or whatever. Oh, Melvin really fired him up. They won. I'm like, it's the Rockies. You're trying to avoid
Well, they
getting
lost
swept.
their first 2 games.
I understand.
So do you make a distinction between Melvin flipping a spread, which you always want managers to do, and getting ejected before the game ever starts?
I'll take the spread.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
Of course you will.
Because that lets the players know he's mad at us, not the ump.
Well,
Steve, all right?
what was that?
My strike call.
No. Yeah, Giants lose 2 out of 3 in Colorado. I mean, seriously, there's nothing.
Man,
There's nothing to do if
that's
you're a Giants fan.
demoralizing.
They're demoralizing.
I'm so upset.
Why? Why?
Because they're better than this. I
No,
believe.
they're not.
I think they
Why
are.
would you think that?
Because they got good. They got some serviceable ball players,
Okay,
man.
then don't make any moves, and we'll make a run in the second half.
Well, I'm not saying that. In the second half has already started, even before the break. Time's running out. And I will say this. Who was in the World Series last year? The Arizona Diamondbacks, and they came from the 3rd wild card. So it can be done, but every day, what we keep talking about, the pitchers that are coming back, but what about the bats? Who's coming with the bats?
They don't have any hitting.
I'm
Like their
watching
lineup.
Soto on the TV. It's the Yankees
There we go.
playing.
Here we go.
What?
Yeah, you don't have
That's better
Soto.
than staring at you for 4 hours. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm watching him smash the ball out the park. The Giants have nothing remotely close like that.
And that's just hitting you?
Oh, no, it's been.
That's just hitting you.
You can't.
Like, sometimes when people go, what's wrong with it? Nothing.
See,
They're not good enough.
If you mean that, you saying it all. And I believe you're telling the truth.
Well, why do you think they're better than this?
Because Soler.
Oh, what
I'm not
about
putting-
him?
It's a collective partner. They got some serviceable ball players.
Serviceable. You're answering your own questions. The Giants have serviceable
They
ball
got a
players.
top payroll, Steiny. There
Okay.
So you feel Farhan just went spending to spend? Or he thought he was going to get a bang for his buck with a guy like a Soler. I don't know what you make of Chapman's season. The glove, it's just everybody's so-so. Except Ramos, who's kind of cooled down.
And
I'm not blaming him at all.
Who looked at this team before the year and said, we're not so-so? You were so-so at the start of the year. You just...
Steiny, I don't think anybody had 4 games under 500 with 91 to play like that. Like this was par for the course. It's disappointing.
Everybody had them this way.
Now, Vegas had them. I forget they were almost 500 or 500. This is just, they're stale, and I don't know what to make of Doval. Now we got to throw a party when he closes a game, but it's just, I don't know what's going on. Something's off, and it's making me look at Melvin different, and I don't think that's fair. But, Steiny, you got to get your troops ready, man. They're 2 or 3 to the damn Rockies to start the second half, going into 4 against the Dodgers.
And you just think they're good enough to go into Colorado and win 2 out of 3?
No, I think there's
Why? Why would you think that?
Because they got Snell, who's back.
Well, he didn't pitch against Colorado.
You got Harrison. You got
Logan Webb
Birdsong.
lost in Colorado.
And those are the games, and it's bigger than Logan. But Steiny, this team's can't hit its way out of a paper bag right now.
So why do you think they're going to the postseason?
Because I feel like they're underperforming.
Are you pandering to Giants fans?
What is that? Does that pay my bills?
Kind of.
How?
It keeps every Giants fan on your good side.
But where's
and
the
vice
money
versa.
come from? I'm about money.
The fans pay our salary.
Oh.
The listeners pay our salary just like they do in Major League Baseball.
Hey, real quick, Steiny, I ain't done much of it today. You didn't ask me how my weekend went.
I didn't
but I
want
went to the
'cause
rooftop.
I heard you yesterday.
I went to the Lions Den, a cigar lounge in San Francisco Saturday night. We had a driver. My friends are doing the day trading the stocks. They're making some money.
Go ahead and do it.
I might have to quit betting and learn how to do the stocks, investing in I was at the table like, this is mind blowing. Kind of changed me a little bit, Carter. No, seriously. I may leave the sports alone. We'll talk about it. I will, but my boys are doing some things, and they're doing it through stocks and investments. And I was just sitting there like, wow. Didn't have to spend a dime.
Good luck with that.
Hey, Carter, I appreciate the love. I think some days my partner loves me, and then I was like that. I can't make you love me.
All Giants fans are like you right now. There's nothing to do, honestly, except watch the team, cross your fingers, and hope they can start winning more than they're losing. That's all they can really do. And by the way,
but if you know you're underperforming, then
they're not. I don't believe they're underperforming.
You really don't.
Who the hell looks at this team and says, boy, we should be a top 5 team in the National League? Please. Come on, Goo. Look at that lineup.
I've given it more credit than it deserves, but I don't think we've seen the best of it. And all it takes is, and you're going to laugh, 7 out of 9, 8 of 10, to be right back in this thing, and then
what do you mean? They are in it, I thought.
Yeah,
they're only 3 back.
But I don't feel good about it.
I know
anybody they play now, like the lowly Rockies, I'm like, even if Webb's pitching, they can lose it. They'll find a way to lose this game. But the offense, more so than the pitching, Steiny, to me, and the bullpen ain't been nothing to write home about, but this offense just cannot score runs. And I don't understand. Solaire's at the leadoff. He ain't your prototypical leadoff hitter, but all season it's been like we're trying to jumpstart him. And then guys that I think have professional at bats, even the Yaz's, the Chapmans of the world, but it's everybody. It feels like guys in the Giants lineup will get hot individually, but it never sparks. Wow.
It's a sign of a bad team.
It never spreads, you know? Guys will have they'll get hot, but it doesn't. Yeah.
See, here's where
sign of a bad team.
Here's where, like, I'll just, I'm literal. You said, Steiny, nobody had the Giants being 4 on. What are you talking about? Of course, many people had them 4 under after 100 games. Nobody thought they were going to be 60 and 40.
So you don't think just today, going into L.A., snail pitching, this has been a disappointing season. Oh, I think it has been by far. Mark Willard, the Shaskys, Bontes, the Lubman, they're not happy. And they should. I don't know who is, but you feel like you expected this. I don't think this low you expected.
What's the difference between 3 games over and 4 games below?
Oh,
they're mediocre.
But
they're not even mediocre. And I don't want to bury them because I don't think they're out of it because the third wild card's there, but the other thing people don't realize is when you're 10th or 11th, you can win 3 out of 4 and leapfrog 1 team. That's it. And the way I look at it is if you're in 10th or 11th and you're 3 games back, it's really more like 5 or 6 back because you're never going to win and all 5 teams above you lose consistently. Yeah. Somebody's playing somebody else. And that team's going to, you're not going anywhere if you're a 500 team. You have to put together a winning streak at some point.
Well, I do have to say this because I'm a sports romantic. You don't need, I'm just, the pirate in me, Steiny. You don't need those teams to lose at the same time every day. You need the team that occupies that last spot to lose. And that's how you gain.
And what about
handling your business?
And what about the 7th place team and the 8th place team and the 9th place team? Richie's in Queens. What's up, Richie?
That's our guy. I love Richie.
What's going on, Richie? How you doing, my man?
I'll tell you what. I just called you guys randomly, and I said to your producer, I said, I can't believe that they're talking Giant baseball.
Yeah.
And so I had to jump in.
Okay.
You guys are right on. God, am I shocked that they're 4 under? I just, they blew some games. Duvall has been killing us. I don't know what he is. I know he pitched well last night. But the big guys, Snell not being there cost us 3 or 4 wins. That was a big thing. And Webb is taking a step back, and so is Hicks. But you guys called it. The offense is atrocious at times.
Oh,
I don't know what we got with Fitzgerald. Maybe we got he looks like a Trey Turner kind of build, and he's got some power.
That's a nice call.
He tore it up. He tore it up offensively with some home runs, but I'm glad they got rid of the shortstop was there before. But Chapman has been atrocious. Other than last night, Salah has been a tremendous disappointment. And Estrada, guys, has fallen off the map.
Yep.
I think they're going to trade him. I really do.
That's a good.
I think. And you know what? You mentioned about look. I always said win your games. Just you go. Which they're capable of, especially if their staff gets solid. Robbie Ray comes back now. Webb gets back on track. The kid looks like a stud. I don't want to say I'm not going to compare him to the bums and the Lincecum, but he's 97 with a great curve. He's got movement. He looks really good, so I think he's going to get there. I think they're going to take Hicks out of the rotation. I mentioned last time about DFA, and I know he's got a big contract. Luke Jackson, I don't want to see him in there. But, the kid Rodriguez has got talent. Miller has got talent. Obviously, the Rogers boys, Walker. So I'm not that concerned too much about their bullpen. It's their offense.
It's bad.
They've got to be. Chapman is killing them, too. I'm very disappointed with him.
Yeah.
He had a slow bat last year, and he hasn't proven anything, and I think Wade's hurt.
I hadn't told this to Steiny, Richie, but I'll leave you with this one, too. We keep saying when Cobb and Ray come back, but you keep playing like this, losing 2 or 3 to Colorado, it might be too late when they get back. That's all.
Thanks, Richie. Appreciate the call.
Doesn't mean to cut you off, Rich.
See, I think that here's how you know when you have a team that isn't a contender or isn't a very good team. When a different thing is getting you beat every night. And, if when the Warriors were lousy back in the day, one night offensive rebounds would kill them. The next night, they couldn't make threes. The next night, they fouled too much. The next night, they, their defense was terrible. The next night, they turned the ball over too much. And that's what I see with the Giants. I don't see anything that they, again, can hang their hat on. What kind of a team are they? What is their strength? What are they built on? It's 100 games into the year, and nothing has emerged other than individual players who are maybe taking the step that Elio Ramos is.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I thought it was going to be their rotation and defense, Donnie, and I'm living in the past. There's no Bochy here, but I felt like you quibbled a little bit, radio quibbled when I said one guy gets going, but it's never infectious. How many games where we just watch them, even in a blowout where they're just knocking the cover off the ball, and if they do have that said game, it never translates to the next day. So I really believe, starting pitching-wise, you could say, hey, we've been hurt. But my goodness, the offense, and he mentioned Chapman, it's just, I don't get it. Runners in scoring position, they never take advantage of that to the utmost. But the math is still there, and that's all I got for you on the Giants, that they still got time.
Unlimited possibilities.
Colorado hasn't been eliminated either.
Well, good luck with that.
Hey, don't forget, all guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands? River Islands in Lathrop. The 510's got a question for you, Goo. Chapman was an average hitter going back to the Oakland A's days. Yeah. Why does Guru keep bringing him up like he's Shohei or Tani or Aaron Judge?
Because you kind of need him to be your version of that. You are so right. Hey, I'll take that all day. But damn it, the 15 home runs he hit in Toronto, and they said that was a finger issue. The power was kind of concerning when he came in. But I was like, the Giants got him. He flashed the leather. What's been the highlight for Chapman this year? The series against the Pirates and Mets on the road, where his glove won him the games at the end.
Sounds like Wiggins.
But wow.
Oh, remember Wiggins? He had 3 good games in February.
Yeah.
He can do it.
And this is the last thing about the Giant hitters. I just feel like I'm watching the same at-bat over and over. The same pitch, the same thing getting them out. It's just like, man. And Estrada looks like he has been eating some tostadas. I don't even like his body type anymore, Steiny. So I don't know what's going on there. They're not fast.
But yet.
The math is still there.
Right. The math is
And
still
I
there.
owe you. There's no way he can hit 30 homers.
There wasn't any way he was going to hit 30 before the
There's
season.
no, like, here, I might give you the money during the break.
Well,
I got to have it first.
That'll raise my record in bets with you to like 11-1.
No, you've been on a little, about 3 in a row you lost.
No chance.
Steiny, the Warriors road record.
That's the only one I've
Bang,
lost
bang.
in 3 years.
Kings.
You lost that bet. You said the Kings would have a better record this past year than the year before. You lost that bet.
Yeah. But there was one other, I think, during the break.
Right. Back in 2009.
Please.
Back in 2009. I may bet you on the postseason. I feel like betting you on that.
Well, that was for the cap. Like your Shanahan won't win it here.
Yeah, those don't count.
Yeah.
I won't hold yours against you. About Shanahan. Farhan Zaidi, by the way, just a reminder, Goo, he signed a 2-year contract extension in October. Farhan Zaidi.
There's no furnace.
Zaidi. What?
I didn't even say his name today.
No,
I just said Farhan.
I was doing it like I said John Sally.
Yeah. No, that's the classic.
Steiny, you don't know Chapman. Chapman loves baseball. Wiggins does not love basketball. Ooh, that's a strong statement.
And you can't just put it on one giant. It's just a collective. Estimated eyes on the YouTube chat said Melvin couldn't rally squirrels around an acorn tree. So what's up with Bo Mills, Donnie? I just need more fire. Make me. And you got ran yesterday, but that was a different run. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he fits what they. I'm just throwing it out there.
What are you, Billy Martin reincarnated?
He had the 27 Yankees in San Diego, and it didn't work last year. He got ran. And I know him and the GM didn't see eye to eye, but you couldn't get that team fixed.
Sometimes it is frustrating when you say, Bo Mel, he's too mild-mannered. Well, then why'd you hire him? He is who he is. You know who Bob Melvin was. He managed the A's. He managed the Padres. He's not a spread flipper.
And I guess I'm asking if he did that, would it matter? It doesn't work. Hal McRae.
Work. Yeah, how'd they do that year? They won 62 games
Reporter was
when he hit the
bleeding.
reporter with a phone.
Yeah.